Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and welcome to another Transformers Generations review. This time we're looking at the Voyager class Rhinox figure. This is when this figure was initially announced, everyone threw their shit about it. And I was among them people. I love Rhinox. I felt the original deluxe class Rhinox toy was a huge disappointment. It did not represent how badass the character was in the show, and this figure does that full-heartedly. Now here he is in Rhino mode. Gotta admit, there's not really a whole lot to him. He looks awesome though. He looks not necessarily like how he does in the show, but he does really look like a pretty realistic Rhino. He does has some movement in his ears for whatever reason. You can open up his mouth, even though it looks a little bit silly. His horns are a little bit soft. His tail is definitely a bit soft. Not a whole lot of kibble, but it is expected, bits here, a little bit of green underneath of it, where you do see some of the robot stuff. And I like how kind of calm and collected his eyes are, just like how the character really is in the show. Like I said, there's a little bit of forward movement, which I don't think is necessarily meant to be there in robot or in Rhino mode, but you can get by with it in Rhino mode. And there's a little bit of back movement, but none of this really amounts to much because he can't really. It looks kind of funny like that. This is one where he's definitely meant to stand straight up. He does have some nice weapon storage here. Overall color and texture is really nice. I just really love the way it looks. It just looks so much more powerful, so much more menacing than the original deluxe class toy. Alright, to start the transformation, first things first, we're going to get underneath of it and kind of pull away these sides here. And, ooh, there we go. And from here we'll go ahead and take out his weapon that is stored underneath, and then we're going to go to the back here, take the rear end, lift it up, and then take his feet, fold them out here, and there we go. Take this whole section here on both sides and fold them out and kind of claps them back into the legs like so, and straighten them out, rotate the hip around, gonna straighten them back out, lift camera up. I'm gonna take these bits and just kind of bring them out a little bit. Take the Rhino's front legs, bring them out and then down. Gonna extend the legs a little bit. There you go. Rotate them around. Lift out this green bit, which will reveal his hand. This is where it starts to get really exciting. I really start to see the real Rhinox here. And then take, actually, one step I want to do before I forget is, I believe, this part will kind of fold up underneath of itself behind. To kind of bring up the legs a little bit. Claps the head in. Should bring this one piece down and there we go. These bits will collapse on here, kind of like this. There we go. There we go. These need to be folded up behind her, and there we go. And here is Rhinox. Oh, before I get to that, he does have a bit of a problem standing up, but we'll get to that later. Take his weapons, separate them, and you get his Gatling guns. And here we have Rhinox in robot mode, and he is absolutely amazing to look at. One detail I have to mention right away is that I cannot believe they actually managed to get the maximal symbols on both sides of his forehead. That's one detail I really liked about Rhinox that, of course, they didn't incorporate into the deluxe toy in the beginning, but they managed to fit that little detail here, just like on the maximal symbols on Rat Trap's forearms. It's just really nice to see that. As far as articulation goes, he does have is it a ball joint? No, it looks actually, yeah, it is a ball joint actually. You can see back there, which gets a good range of up and down, side to side. His shoulders go in and out and forward. Really nice elbow movement. No waist articulation, but that's not surprising just by how insane everything kind of pulls apart and collapses back together. He does have a swivel hip, a thigh cut, a little bit of knee movement, which is kind of blocked by the massive parts here on the leg, and a little bit of foot articulation. A lot of people have had problems with the hips being really loose, which I can fully understand them being loose like this, but it's not impossible to get them to stand up. Like, you just need to, just play around with him a little bit. And he is a little bit back heavy, so that can be a little bit of an issue, but man, just the detail on this guy is really, really nice. Got quite a bit of detail, his red eyes, and robot mode, the amazing detail on the chest. You can see some of the gears up on his kind of collarbone area. I just really love all the robotic bits on this guy. And of course, he's got his very infamous chain guns of doom, and he does come with two of them. The original deluxe just had kind of like a weird kind of version of one, where I'm not even sure how to describe them. They're weird. They spin around, very nice. He's badass looking. Really do like this figure. Alright, final verdict. I do give this figure a 9 out of 10. I find the beast mode very cool looking to look at. Even though it's just a simple Rhino, he is very cool to look at just because, the amazing amount of realism deco in the guy. The transformation is really cool, but has a very good twist on the simplistic nature of the transformation of the first one, and the robot mode is just amazing to look at. I'm only really deducting a point for the little bit disappointing articulation and the fact that it's kind of back heavy, and with the loose nature of the hips, it does have a tendency to fall over. And that's about it. But all those are kind of nitpicky. This is amazing, great figure. Great amount of detail. Transformation is really cool, and I can full-heartedly recommend this to any Transformer fan, especially if you grew up with Beast Wars, because this is going to be a no-brainer. Alright, If you want, you can follow me at Twitter at twitter.com/SSJAutobot. You can Instagram me too, SSJAutobot. I stream a lot on Twitch. Follow me at twitch.tv/SSJ_Autobot. And if this is the first video you've seen of mine, please click the subscribe button with this video. And you can, click all the links in the description if you want. Alright guys, until next time, thank you for watching. Bye bye.